I mean, there's a hole in the house. Leslie! There's a hole! Does she know? Leslie! Leslie! Come here! Leslie!
Okay.
There's a hole in the habitat. Look at this. There's a hole here.
Okay.
Let's take an animal could. What?
Let's take a deep breath.
What? Okay, deep.
Good.
There's still a hole. There's still a hole. It didn't get rid of the hole.
Yeah, there is a hole, but
What?
look, there's some ladders in there.
I see the ladders.
Okay. Look, there looks like there's
What?
some stuff coming out, some
There's
mesh
some hoses.
wire.
Yeah, but that could be.
But why? And then there's like a big machine over here. Oh, remember?
What?
In our meeting today, they were just talking about how this habitat is being renovated for a new animal.
Oh, that's right. This is peregrine.
Oh, yes.
And they're changing it to North American porcupine?
That's right, yes. Super
So there's a
excited.
North American, and I completely forgot that this is the space that's being redone. Oh.
This is, yes. So I would say
Good job on the deep breath.
Probably why there's a hole in there.
Good job on the settling down a little bit. Because there are a lot of things here you can see, huh? There's some indicators. Yeah, that was a great point. You saw the ladders. You saw this metal kind of mesh over here. Look at you pulling those observation skills forward.
It definitely looks like a work zone.
It does. Okay. Whew.
Well, that's really cool, though, and perfect, because
Yes.
doesn't that kind of go with what we're talking about today?
I wish you wouldn't have said that out loud because, yeah, we were supposed to talk about the renovation at North American Porcupine, and I
Right.
completely forgot it was here.
You got too
So I saw a hole.
worried that's what came
It's like, oh, what's going on? But yeah, so they're going to renovate this. For those of you that have been here before, digital guests, by the way, we're going to be kind of following this as it goes along. This is your Zoo Adventure team. Steve's in front of the camera today. Leslie's behind.
Good morning, everybody.
So, yeah, we thought we'd put this together for you. So we're going to follow this over days and weeks and maybe even a month or two as they redo this habitat that used to be for the peregrine falcon for North American porcupine.
So cool.
And they're arboreal. They're big-time climbers, arboreal. They climb into the trees. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Isn't that cool?
When we were talking about
Right.
renovating this, I was like, but it's so tall. Are they climbers? And they were like, yes, Leslie.
Yeah.
I totally thought that the North American porcupines weren't. The prehensile tails were.
Oh, that's true.
But
Yep.
they both are. So, I learned
Yep.
something.
These guys like to climb and get up in the air. So we are so excited now that I remember we're at Peregrine to be able to share this kind of remodel with you over time. I don't know when we're coming back next, but whenever it is, check it out. Well, we told you we're going to come back and forth to North American Porcupine Habitat, the brand new North American Porcupine Habitat. So Chelsea's actually has the camera inside the space right now. They're still doing some work in there, and we came over and we saw, hey, they've got some plants in there now. So we wanted to show you that little added part. And it looks like a lot of the rock work has already been done.
Yeah, it's really neat to see all the different departments or sections in the zoo that kind of have to work together to create a new habitat. And so horticulture does a lot of plants and discusses with keepers and the people who design, and then also the workers that execute the design for the habitat. So it is really a whole group effort. It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing teamwork that goes on.
And also, you said we were talking about Hort, but Hort just dropped off over these.
Yeah, you were talking to them. What are these for?
Yeah.
Did they tell you?
So they were saying the Hort staff that came over here that brought these off said these are not actually for inside the habitat, but they're for the outside of the habitat.
Oh, no kidding.
So not only are we looking at what's going in the area that the porcupine would be in, but also how we can make the outside area look nice and natural, and then maybe to hide some of the other rock work, because even though it's important and it's safe, like we need that structure for the habitat to be safe, it's still not the most beautiful thing.
No, so you kind of jazz up the front of the habitat as well. And our horticulture team, if you've ever been, I know a lot of you have, you know how amazing the horticulture team is here. Inside habitats, outside habitats, along the trails, when you're coming into the park, all that taken care of by the amazing horticulture team, the plant team. here at the North Carolina Zoo.
Yeah, and so every plant, I mean, everything that goes in that habitat, we have to worry about that animal probably interacting with it. So everything that goes in has to be okayed by the vet, by the keepers, to make sure that it is appropriate for that animal, especially because it's a porcupine, and porcupines chew. They chew a lot. And so, and they can chew wood, they can chew plants. So they want to make sure that anything that's in there is not toxic or something that maybe that they naturally would come in contact with.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're so excited that we'll be bringing you this animal when it's going to be put out on here habitat as soon as it happens. We hope.
Yeah.
So we'll see again what happens soon. Check this out. It's here! So exciting! The North American porcupine.
Somebody else was excited too.
I
Did you
heard
hear
that. Yeah,
yes.
It's so cool that you have one here at the zoo now.
Yes.
This is so neat. Well, we are going to show you. She's not out quite yet, but I saw Keeper Nicole's putting stuff out for her. So maybe we'll see what's up.
Let's see all the cool new things though
Yeah, let's
that
see
have
what we
been
can
put in
show.
there. So since
So Chelsea-
last time, I see a lot of new stuff, don't you?
I do. I see some cool new things in there. Log.
Lots of logs.
To climb on, probably.
Yeah, I see logs throughout the whole entire habitat. So I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
the hope is she'll be able to climb all the way up there. And I think one of the neatest things is that when they put that stuff in there, they really have to make sure she can physically get to all of those logs.
Oh, great point. Yep. And that one, I mean, there's some of them are an angle, some of them are vertical. So it'll be interesting to see if she really can climb like that.
Right, yes.
What do you think this is up here? What do you think that is? Think it's
Looks
shade,
kind
maybe?
of like it. Yeah, it looks
Like
like
shade?
it's a little bit of shade. So it's not like full sun, but not full shade.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a nice in between, I guess. So she could
Gotcha.
choose. She could kind of choose full shade over on one side, or she could choose a little bit more of both.
Nice.
I also see some what looks like kind of like new little hidey holes, or
Oh, yeah.
you know,
I like
the
that one
stump
up there. huh?
there. Yeah.
That stump's really cool. Do you think those are real mushrooms on that stump? You think the design team made them?
Oh, they look really close to real mushrooms,
do.
but I would guess that they were made by our amazing design and exhibits team.
It has to be.
Mm-hmm.
They're so talented. You'll put that up together.
True artists,
I
for
wonder if
sure.
she'll hang out in there.
I think she would. I mean, it's a perfect. I mean, think about it. If they're nocturnal by nature,
True.
So having a place that they could go that's kind of almost nocturnally all the time, perfect for her. And I see this kind of like Chelsea, can you kind of see it? This little brown hump over there, a little circle. That looks like that's probably a little hidey place too.
You can see the hole
Oh,
over here. Chelsea, if you from this side, you can see where she goes into.
yes. Oh, and
I
it
bet
looks.
you're 100% right. That's where she hides sometimes.
And it looks like there's maybe some straw in there for her, or some sort of bedding, so that it feels more like a den or something like that, or like a little home.
I bet you're
yeah,
right. Yeah.
for sure.
Gotta give her a little bit of place to kind of snuggle up in. Was all this here last time? This little
We did
ledge.
have some plants in there last
Yeah, yeah,
time. It's really looking great. I'm super excited that she's finally here, and
I am
that
too.
it took months and months and months, but all of different teams at the zoo working together for kind of the common goal of creating a excellent habitat for a new species. So
Yeah.
pretty neat.
And totally new to the North Carolina Zoo. We haven't had North America porcupines before.
Never?
Not that I know of.
That's super
So
exciting.
yeah, brand new species to the park. So really, really neat. And I see what Keeper Nicole put some enrichment out there, maybe.
Yes. Looks
See
like
some
it.
foods and some things to chew on.
Looks like putting it in different places, hoping to get her to know that she can climb up there and
Ooh,
move
good
around
point.
and use all of the parts of the habitat.
Yeah.
They
So
did a really great job.
I have to ask you,
Okay.
do you think they'll let us go in there with her? Do
Listen,
you think they will?
if they do, dibs.
What, dibs?
Yes, dibs. You heard it first, friends. You heard it first, digital friends. I called dibs.
I have the Muppet.
You do, but I called dibs.
You did, and it's hard to argue with dibs.
It is very hard.
It's hard to argue with
Very hard
dibs.
to argue with dibs.
That'd be really cool to be able to go in there.
That would be, and then we could kind of maybe we'll be able to get a close view of her Because
You think we can get that
haven't
close
seen...
to her, though?
Well,
I mean, she has those quills.
I think we can.
You think?
We'll be safe with the keeper, right?
Well, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have. They won't let us go in anywhere by ourselves.
Very true.
That's for sure. They're going to have a keeper with them. That's for sure. Steve and Leslie? Chelsea maybe, but not Steve and Leslie.
It's very true.
That's exciting. It's so neat that it's all done, though.
It is.
It's so great. So great job, North Carolina, North America Keepers. North Carolina Zoo, North America Porcupine Keepers. Is that right?
Yeah.
Great job. And the whole team coming and putting everything together to design. It's kind of fun to see the whole process put together.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
That's cool. All right.
Why don't we go see if we can find a keeper and maybe get a closer look at her?
I think it's time.
Okay, let's do it. So everybody, this is Rime, the brand new porcupine, North American porcupine. She's very interested, and I'm very excited, and I'm so happy Steve let me come back here and do this, because all I wanted to do was get up close and personal with Rime, the North American porcupine. So we have Keeper Ashley out here, and she seems to be a little interested in me right now, but what she'll probably do is go over to Keeper Ashley, and she has carrots and sweet potatoes, corn, and then some cinnamon biscuits for Rime. And all of that type of food is really important to help kind of file down her teeth. Let's get a little closer, see if we can hear it. She's a little quiet right now. So that carrot, the sweet potato, those biscuits are all help to file down her teeth, because she's a rodent, which means that her teeth are going to kind of continually grow. And so the food that she eats, or the things that she chews on, are going to help keep those teeth at a healthy length, basically. And she is a little over 1 year old. A little bit of geeking out going on here. But she has those quills, a little bit maybe hard to see. I don't know if Chelsea's getting a good visual on some of them, but those quills, there's a kind of a myth that comes with those quills, that they're able to shoot the quills out. And that is a myth. That is not true. What they can do is they can kind of make the quills move a little bit, and stuck into their skin, so they can kind of move their skin so the quills stand up straight, and then they can kind of move around and back up into whatever, or try to hit the animal or whatever's bothering them. Then that quill can detach from her skin, but only after it is kind of stuck into whatever skin, because it has a little barb on it that it gets stuck in. And we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, how this new habitat, this is not a new habitat for the zoo, but it is a new habitat for this animal. Not only did we have a different animal in here, but she is new to our zoo. And we had peregrine falcons in here before, a peregrine falcon in here before. And they did have to do some changing, but the keepers are saying she actually does a lot of climbing up here. And sometimes she'll climb all the way to the top. And she kind of is able to explore the whole entire area. So it's really awesome that we know that when we made this from a peregrine falcon habitat, that the North American porcupine would actually be able to explore the whole entire thing. They're arboreal. Let's see if we can hear her again. I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things about porcupines is their little face. It's absolutely adorable. But also, look at those nice big nails, right? Those nails they can use for digging, they can use for climbing. And she has a really nice ability to hold on to her food. You can see right here, she holds on to the sweet potato or carrot. I don't know which one's in her hand right now while she's eating. Now, nails are like our fingernails, and her quills are made out of the same thing. They are made out of keratin. Our hair is made out of keratin as well. And so their quills are just kind of a modified hair, basically, a really thick, modified hair. And they do use that as protection. Like we said earlier, that's kind of a myth. They can't shoot their quills out, but they use that as protection. And it's kind of neat to sit there and think that it's just hair. It's just kind of like a little bit of different hair. But that is also what her nails are as well. See if we can get a good look at her. She's coming a little closer.
This is where you may hear sound of her chewing a little bit better.
See if she'll do it a little bit more.
These biscuits tend to make
Okay,
noise.
so hopefully you all heard that, but Keeper Ashley said the biscuits tend to be where she makes the noise. So let's see. I don't want to scare her, so I'm trying to kind of like move slowly. Oh, did you kind of see how she moved her hairs and her quills a little bit? So I'm going to back off. Another really cool thing that you're seeing right now, since she's turned away from me and I'm stepping back to give her a little bit of space, is her tail. Now that tail is something that she can actually use to kind of break her fall or kind of keep her from falling if she's climbing up and down a tree. They are arboreal. That's the word that we would use for an animal that kind of goes up in the trees and climbs. And so she has that really neat adaptation of, one, the long claws, like we said, but also the tail that acts as a brake as she is climbing up and down it.
Leslie.
Yes, Steve.
Leslie.
Yes.
Leslie, I have one really cool fact.
Yes, Steve, please tell me your cool facts. We can't leave you out of this, so.
I love the baby porcupine, the name of a baby porcupine.
Oh, I actually know the answer to this.
Oh.
No, but you can say it. You can
Okay,
say it. You can
what's
say it.
the name of the baby porcupine?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the question. She must know.
So baby porcupines are called porcupets.
Porcupine.
And this is Rime, the porcupet.
This is named Ron.
So porcupet, young porcupine. There are some really fun names for small baby animals. Very close to like piglet, froglet, porcupet.
And is she enjoying a squash there?
She's got carrots and sweet potatoes.
Carrot and sweet. You know, I've been
Steve,
so cool.
Steve.
We're talking.
Steve.
Why? Leslie.
That was so much fun. It was.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I had so much fun that like after a while I just couldn't even think of things to talk to about because
Well,
I just
why-
wanted to look at her.
Why would you want to talk when she's right there? That was so
So
cool.
exciting,
That
yes.
was so neat. And I think she's a year old and just turned a year here at
Yes.
the North Carolina Zoo.
Mhm.
And we do want to make sure you guys remember, this is not very long. So if you guys get a chance to come to the North Carolina Zoo, you can come to the North America side of things. We're in Rocky Coast, and maybe Rime will be out for you. Keeper Ashley, thank you so much for your help today. Leslie, you knocked it out of the park. You knocked it out of the park. See what she's eating now?
Very excited.
Be like corn out there? Rime, the porcupet, baby porcupine. I think we can say we had a pretty good time today.
This was a great time. Yes.
This was a good one.
Mhm, very much a good one. It's really exciting to see how we're able to kind of use the shell of a habitat, a couple of different changes, and
Yeah.
make it something for a brand new animal. We don't always have to make sure that the habitat is for one animal. We can always
Modify
kind of like
and tweak.
Lego it into something else.
Ooh, Lego it in. We went from bird to mammal, right?
Right, bird to
So
mammal,
bird, fast flying bird can in the habitat here, all the way to this amazing animal. Oh, and Keeper Ashley too. So make sure that we say hi to Keeper Ashley. So Zoo Adventures friends, thank you so much for tuning in again today. Hope you enjoyed meeting Rime, the baby porcupine. Did you have
I
fun?
hope you had as much fun as I did meeting her.
I don't think that's possible.
I know.
I don't think that's possible. But yeah, Rime, a year old, brand new to the North Carolina Zoo. Hope when you get to come out to the North Carolina Zoo and visit, you get to see Rime as well. So your Zoo Adventures team today, Steve was in front of the camera, Leslie was in front of the camera,
And behind
in the habitat.
And in the
Oh, no, I was
habitat.
in the habitat.
And I was behind the camera at some point in
That's
time.
true,
We're
at the very beginning.
just
That's right, that's right.
switching roles.
We did. And Chelsea, thank you so much for coming today.
I had a great time.
Always nice to have her behind the camera today. Hope for you to tune in again soon, Wednesday mornings at 10 o'clock for your Zoo Adventures program here from the North Carolina Zoo. Y'all stay safe. Hope to see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.